Every dollar you borrow, when it's 90%, the economy grows by 10%. So it's a 10 to 1, a 10% ratio. Today, the debt to GDP ratio is 140% to 1. They cannot add any more money to it. It's not going to grow. That's what it means. So it's like a guy who has a house that's in he kept refinancing his house and he loses his job. He can't borrow anymore. So that's what happens when the debt to GDP went past 90 to 1, 90% debt to GDP. Today it's 140%. We're bankrupt.
How long?
But the average guy has no clue what I just said to you.
How much time do we have left?
We're already finished. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, bullets.
So let's talk about Bitcoin, because this is where a lot of young people are pouring their money into. And then you have people like Michael Burry, who shorted the housing market before the 2008 crash, calling Bitcoin the biggest bubble of them all. Says that if you don't understand debt, you don't understand Bitcoin. Is that a safe place to keep your money then?
No. Only reason I buy Bitcoin is I don't trust my government. I don't trust the Federal Reserve Bank. I don't trust the Treasury. I don't trust basement Biden, and I don't trust the stock market. Now, if you trust all four of them, have a good life. I have gold, silver, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a bet against the government. I'll say this one more time. If you study Marx, a central bank is essential to communism. That's the Fed. It's the third central bank we've had. It came into existence in 1913. In 1913, the Fed was created, so was the tax department in 1913. Oh, coincidence. The average guy has no idea that happened. The other thing about Bitcoin is my basis is $7,000.
Meaning you were buying Bitcoin at $7,000.
Yeah. So always remember, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. So do I recommend people buy? I think Bitcoin's around 40,000 today as we talk. Would I recommend it at 40? No. But at 6, I would.
So you just wait for it to crash?
Of course. Buy low, sell high. But I never sell. I borrow out. You see, if I'm trying to think tax law, English common law, and Amsterdam was corporate law. So what happens is, let me give the same example. I buy Bitcoin or a property at $1 million, property on the sand. It goes up to 10. I'll borrow it at 5. That fell $5 million. I still have the property. I haven't sold it. I have no taxable event because I didn't sell it. So that $5 million is tax-free because it's debt. You see, debt is the key. And guys, oh, I live debt-free. I mean, you're a stupid monkey. That's what it means. You've just been a puppet on a string taught by school teachers and financial planners and all these guys who know nothing about money.
This is one of the things when I first read your book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, I grew up as a horrible student in English. English was my second language. My dad always told me, don't worry too much about English. Just focus on math and science. You can become a doctor. So I was never good at English. I never read a book. And when I was in high school, my dad gave me this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm like, you're telling me to read a book? Anyways, we're on a flight to India, and this is before they had TVs in the planes, and I brought the book with me along with my biology textbook and some other stuff. I got bored of studying, so then I picked up this book. Let me try this. It's the first time I read a book cover to cover. And I was angry when I read your book, because you talked about how, you have the ESBI.
That's Cash Flow Quadrant. That's book 2.
Cash Flow Quadrant. Okay, that was the second book maybe I read. But you were talking about how doctors
pay the highest
taxes. And like the dream for so many immigrants, especially Indian households, is go become a doctor, and become a doctor where you can start your own practice. S quadrant. Become your own boss and pay half of your money, if not more, in taxes.
60%.
60% in taxes.
If you're a doctor or a lawyer, you make $1 million, $600K goes to the government.
You could spend the same amount of time. It takes 10 years to become a doctor. If you take 10 years and you work that hard to learn money, real estate, investing, you can make the same amount of money, if not more, and keep all of it.
Of course. I use debt. Remember, 1913, the Federal Reserve Bank, the third Federal Reserve Bank was created of America. The tax department was created in 1913 also. You get the picture yet. And taxes come out of corporate law of Amsterdam because it was shipping, and English common law is English.
Why don't more people, I mean, this is the thing that really I don't understand is why don't people do something about that? Because, I mean, your book is public. People read this and they're like, wow, this is crazy. But then they continue to get angry at people like you. I mean, is something wrong in the system? Do people not have the ability to go out and do it? Or what is it?
It's not easy. You know what I mean? I wish I could say, if it was easy, I'd tell everybody it was easy. Hopefully that more and more people will get the message. You know, we need doctors, you know that. We need less attorneys, you know that.
That's true.
You know, they're ambulance chasers now, and I got to watch out for those guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, I really want to get back to this question because now I think we have, our audience is a lot of millennials, 25 to 40-year-old people who are really on their journey to become wealth. Many of them are working jobs. This is their way of providing for their families. A lot of people, you know, they're not meant to be entrepreneurs, or they don't have it in it to them to run their own business, or they don't have the risk appetite to do that. So should they stop investing in their 401k? Should they stop putting money in the stock market? Should they take all their money and buy gold? What do they do?
I don't give financial advice because that gets me in more trouble. I just tell people what I do. I own gold mines that I took public. So, well, you have stocks. I said, yeah, they're my stocks, idiot. I own silver mines. I don't trust frickin' Chinese. I mean, because my gold mine in China, they took $1 billion gold mine. I was a billionaire for about a year. And the Chinese said, oh, thank you very much. But that's why I know about the Uyghurs and all that stuff, that they have the Belt and One Road project. You know, my friends in Hong Kong, they think that COVID came about because they wanted to find a way to stop the Hong Kong riots.
Really?
I mean, those are all opinions, but I can't really prove all that stuff. I just would rather have the gold than the gold mine now. You know, and I've owned silver mines in Argentina. I made fortunes off of that stuff. But my stock, I take companies public. I don't buy stocks. Now that takes education that you don't get in school.
If you enjoyed the shorter clip from our longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in real estate, our team put together an amazing guide on real estate investing. This guide goes over what real estate investing is, how to start using real estate to generate cash flow, and how to build wealth with real estate. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read our guide on how to start investing your money in real estate, you can download that guide just by clicking that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.